This episode is brought to you by 1010. 1010 is an exclusive collection of 10 one-of-a-kind engagement rings designed by 10 of the most distinctive designers working today. Using only diamonds responsibly and sustainably sourced from Botswana, 10 design masters have each produced a set of 10 uniquely beautiful diamond rings, and they're available now exclusively at BlueNile.com. This exciting collection of truly unique, limited edition diamond engagement rings is available now only at BlueNile.com. This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 889, Superpowers for the Overwhelmed Parent, by Emma Scheib of SimpleSlowLovely.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show that is all about your relationships and how to make them better. I am your host, Greg Audino, and I'm here with you yet again to help you build your relationships to the best they can be. We've got a post today for the parents out there, though it contains plenty for everyone that's feeling a little overwhelmed with their schedule. So listen on for some great tips from Emma Scheib on how to give your routine a newer and better look as we start optimizing your life. Superpowers for the Overwhelmed Parent by Emma Scheib of SimpleSlowLovely.com. Sometimes this superwoman or superman role is just too much. Sometimes we have had enough of being the answer to it all. What are we having for dinner? What time is the birthday party? How many days till Christmas? Where are my jandals? Sometimes we just want to hop in the car and leave, even for just 30 minutes, but sometimes for 30 days. I'm ashamed to say that I've had lots of days like this lately. My logical brain is very confused about this fairly consistent state of overwhelm and resentment. After quitting my dream job to enable more space, I should be nailing life, right? Nope. Turns out I'm just a human, often doing superhuman things that extend me beyond my capabilities. So to do this, be a superwoman when life requires that of me, I need some superpowers to help me. Enter my household management superpowers. Would love to think of a less dorky way to say this, but I can't. If you're like me, feeling constantly overwhelmed and overworked with parenting, work, and life, these carefully curated ideas and resources might be helpful. They might even help you get through your week without emptying a bottle of wine every single night. Nope, I haven't implemented all of these perfectly. Some are still waiting patiently in the wings for their time, morning rituals being one. But all of these have the potential to move you out of overwhelm and help you flourish in your parent and home boss role. Superpower number 1, morning rituals. Before kids, I was an early riser, 5:45 to be exact, up to run and prepare for my day. Never late and usually high-fiving myself having already achieved lots before most are up. Fast forward 10 years and the picture looks very different. Sleep has become more important and I'm almost never up before the kids are. My alarm these days is the first girl to thump into our room and make the first request of the day. And yes, it's as unpleasant as it sounds. So, my first superpower? Get up before my kids. Begin a morning ritual/routine that will set my day off on the right foot. This superpower is about putting me first. Selfish? No. I cannot give for the rest of the day if I am empty. This superpower is about filling my cup so I can fill others during the day. We all know that a bit of me time is important. But how many times do you fall into bed at night barely having had a cup of tea by yourself, let alone done something that you enjoy? Find your thing. Do it before you're pulled in a dozen different directions. My ideal morning would be to wake up an hour prior to the rest of the house, walk or run the dog, meditate and pray, write morning pages, and have my first cup of coffee over my diary/to-do list for the day. What would your ideal morning look like? Maybe you don't want to exercise in the morning. Maybe your ideal morning is getting more time to read. It could be, now that our daylight triggers are longer, time in the garden. Maybe you just want an extra freaking 10 minutes to shower alone. I'm thinking of mums with little bubs here. In actual fact, you don't even need 10 minutes. According to Hal Elrod, author of the best-selling book Miracle Morning, you only need 6 minutes. Most people have 6 minutes in their back pocket. I'll give you a clue. It's probably hidden in your social media scroll time. Whatever your ideal morning looks like, I know it's hard, but only you have the power to change your morning and set yourself up for a better day. Takeaway number 1, take 10 minutes to brainstorm what you want your mornings to look like. Superpower number 2, meal planning. The second superpower I want to advocate for is meal planning. It sounds pretty boring, right? Yeah, it kind of is. But without sounding like Martha Stewart, this can honestly be a game changer. There are 5 mouths to feed in our family. Luckily, no allergies. But we have fussy eaters, one on a low-fat diet and one on high-protein/low carb. Plus, the usual desires to feed everyone healthy, nutritious food. It's complicated, and I function so much better in this space when I plan. Use whatever specific tool you like here. I've tried online apps, but always come back to pen and paper. Simple means I'm more likely to achieve the task. I try and plan our meals around what we currently have and what's on special. I attempt to stick to a budget. And my biggest tip here, especially for those of us with young families, start early. Start preparing dinner in the morning. Don't leave it till 5 p.m. when everyone's tired and hungry. Takeaway number 2, start now. Pinterest has hundreds of free printable meal planners. Superpower number 3, gratitude practice. Start a gratitude practice. Why? Gratitude and resentment are unlikely to inhabit the heart together. This can be as simple as you want. Keep a notebook by your bed and write down the one thing you are grateful for every night before you go to sleep. Or make it part of your morning routine. We have used gratitude in our dinner time prayers for as long as I can remember. If you're a tech junkie and love having everything on your phone, you might want to try a mobile app to do this. Gratitude gives us perspective. It enables us to lift our eyes up past our own circumstances. The comment, first world problem, has probably been overused. But in most cases, we are living extremely wealthy, blessed lives, comparatively. Gratitude will help remind you of that. Takeaway number 3, practice makes perfect. Gratitude is definitely a practice we need to engage in regularly for it to have superpower effects and take us out of overwhelm. Choose one small way to start today. Superpower number 4, command center. It's not rocket science, but it is a command center. Because let's face it, sometimes our overwhelm simply comes from a lack of organization. So my last tip is a physical, practical one. Start a command center for your household. Don't know what a command center is? Chances are you probably already have one. Take a look at your fridge. Where do you stick to it? A good command center should have the following elements: an up-to-date calendar, a place for school notices, hooks for keys, a place to put other bits like sunglasses and wallets, pens, and paper. Other things you might want to include would be a place to display kids' artwork until you retire them to scrapbooks or the bin. You can be as simple or as fancy as you like here. Pick something simple to start with and get organized. Takeaway number 4. This is key for your command center to do its job properly. Tell everyone that lives in your house about it. Walk them through it. Make it very clear that it's not just your job to know when everything is happening. And then refer them to the calendar. You just listened to the post titled Superpowers for the Overwhelmed Parent by Emma Scheib of SimpleSlowLovely.com. This episode is sponsored by Apostrophe, a prescription skincare company for people that are ready to take their acne seriously. Prescription acne treatments really work, but they're hard to get. You have to take time off work and see a doctor on a weekday, then sit in line at the pharmacy. That is until Apostrophe, which is an online skincare service that treats acne as well as helping you reduce redness, wrinkles, and even dark spots. And they help you hit those goals seamlessly. My treatments arrived extremely fast in some nice packaging, and it's truly a relief to not have to go to the pharmacy during the pandemic. The safety of receiving the treatment at my doorstep in itself is just really relieving. So to get started, just go to apostrophe.com/ORD and click Begin Visit. Then use the code ORD at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/ORD and use that code ORD to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast. Thank you so much to Emma for yet another wonderful post out of her site, Simple, Slow, Lovely. I love that this article offers very concrete steps to take, because a lot of parents know that they're out of control of their time and want to regain some control, but don't necessarily have enough time or mental space to sit and strategize as to how to do it. Emma's work here really speeds up the process for parents in this situation, and beyond that, encourages them to still customize each step. Surely functional additions like a command center can help us get along, but the last thing an exhausted parent needs are more items to add to a routine and devote themselves to if those items aren't done in their own way and tailored to their own interests. So, have fun with the command center. Follow Emma's advice and really think about what your ideal morning routine, not just one that seems like it would be efficient and productive, would look like. Creativity and practicality can and should be one and the same for parents and everyone. And with that, it is time to end this episode, dear friends. Thank you again to Emma, and thanks to all of you for being here today and listening to the end. A lot of applicable information here for those who aren't even parents, so I hope you all took something from the article. I also hope you'll be back for tomorrow's episode, our last of the week. More great information for parents there, so be sure to tune in, where your optimal life awaits.